So I know I mentioned this whole, people opposing Yang and their like, oh, he's a libertarian Trojan horse because he won't allow, people on welfare systems or most welfare systems in on the UBI thing, on the freedom dividend. It's not universal if everybody can't get it. Haha, we found the loophole, we found the crux, we found, his whatever that is not entirely true. Okay. This is mainly on like the YouTube comments that I see. I commented on like this clip that YouTube recommended me of Joe Rogan, and he's talking to his lady. Honestly, I even forget her name, but she's talking about how she's really for Bernie, and free college, and like Medicare for all, and then Joe Rogan's like, and they talk about automation, how the fact that job loss is a major is a major problem, and nobody's talking about it, and thank God Joe Rogan's like, wait a minute, Yang's pretty insightful. He's talking about automation. He's talking about, how we're getting screwed over essentially by big tech companies, even though they are using our data to become the big tech companies that they are. But it's I just thank you, Joe Rogan, for at least mentioning him, at least. And I was on the comments section, and I was like, oh, yay, like, he's for Yang. And I was like, oh, he used to be on Hot Ones, too, because he would kill it there. And somebody was like, oh, he'd be kind of awkward on, if he has a bad reaction, it'd be kind of awkward. It wouldn't be good for him. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yang, I cannot see Yang not being entertaining. Like, I can't see any other way. Like, even if he, like, is in pain, that's the point of the show. Like, if if he is having this, like, weird-ass reaction, then, like, Hot Ones, first of all, the Hot Ones team knows how to edit. Like, they are really freaking good at editing reactions and, like, making it very entertaining anyways. Honestly, the worst thing that could happen is if he doesn't react at all. If he doesn't react at all, then there's nothing to go on, and people would be like, okay, like, I guess he took the wings well. Big deal. But anyways, that's a sideburn. I'm like, what? Okay, he needs to be on the show, okay? And then I saw his comments. Like I mentioned before, they did the whole paragraph. UBI should be a right. I love how people I find it acceptable to be discriminating against people with mental disabilities and physical disabilities that are on these welfare programs, and they can't get it too, and da 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 da. And libertarian, we shouldn't trust him. And then billionaires and millionaires still get it too. What the fuck? Like, now we know that he's really for the corporate establishment interest. And I'm just like, okay. I didn't even respond to this person. I probably won't respond to this person because I still even feel like it. Like, what do you even say about this? I mentioned I can even direct him to the fact that okay, let's just, because I think it's more of a moral thing at this point, because he really hammered in that, like, okay, it should be a human right, and if people on welfare don't get it, then I guess he's saying that, like, Yang is up to no good, nobody should get it, it's a trap, all this stuff. I'm just like, I love how people just, like, all of a sudden pretend like they care about our welfare system. Like, I haven't heard anybody even come up with a plan to make it better. Apparently, people think that they work extremely well because they think that the UBI is a bad answer to them. And in fact, the UBI is a perfect answer to them. I'm not even going to go into the facts and figures on why it is actually more helpful to have a UBI be a co-op from the welfare programs, because welfare programs are not, basically, if you guys want to know, first of all, most people do not get, the $12,000 per year on these programs, you know, as opposed to if you were to get the if you were to opt in into the UBI, you would, from my knowledge, I don't know that much, but from my knowledge, I'll put in the link to the New Progressive Voices, Josh's video down below once again. But again, most people do not get, you know, like $1,000 per month on these welfare programs. And guess what? If you want to apply, it would take about 2 years for it to get even approved, and there'd be a chance that you may not even be approved because so many people are trying to get on these programs. You know, it's like, okay, like, what about those people? Who's going to help those people? Those people exist, you know, that are actually mentally disabled, and they're trying to get on these welfare programs, and they can't get up there. You know, what's your answer to those? You know, these morally high person in the YouTube comment section, you know, like, what, do you really think that these programs are actually helping people? You actually think that food stamps are actually helping people? Really? The people being coddled and just like constantly being measured and like looked at, and just like making sure that they're doing the right thing in order to get the money, you know. And I know people are like, okay, it should just go on top of it, you know, why not? Well, okay, a lot of programs, from my knowledge, they have it so where if you get a certain amount of money, then you can't get the welfare program anymore. You know, like if you get like over like, well, like, I don't know, like 1,300 a month, then hey, you're not eligible for the welfare program because you have enough money. You don't need us anymore. You know, that's also a problem as well, that nobody knows, I guess. Like, people just don't know because people are just headline reading, and they're just watching Michael Brooks and Sam Seder and being like, okay, these guys know their shit. I trust them. It's like, no, they don't know their shit. Don't trust them. You're a fucking idiot, okay? Like, I love you. Yang Gang loves you. And as a whole, but in this micro like issue that you're championing for, yeah, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. Like, it's not what it looks like. They're trying to paint Yang as this whole like, okay, he's trying to help everybody, but really he's just for the corporate establishment. The corporate establishment hates Yang in like to the core. They hate him. And that's obvious from this, like, the past debates that just happened from MSNBC and everything. Like, if you think that, and then this whole thing of, oh, like, why do the millionaires and billionaires get it? A millionaire does not care if an extra $1,000 pops into their account. First of all, they wouldn't give a shit. They probably wouldn't even notice, okay? And the reason why that's so important for them to get it is because we do not want to have this, okay, only the poor and needy get this, and not, you know, and have this like hard divide, and okay, it's gonna be a issue of class, you know. And I love how people are like, okay, it should be, literally, this person in their comment, they said it should be universal to everybody, but then the next sentence they're like, well, billionaires and millionaires don't deserve it. It's like, well, which one is it? Should everybody deserve it, including millionaires and billionaires? Or should just the needy and just the people that are low income and on welfare get it? You know, like, you can't have it both ways. I know people love doing this shit to Yang. You know, they pretend like, okay, they're all about, you know, inclusive and everybody, but really they just are trying to play this like more high ground, you know, oh, I'm better than Yang, you know, because they see that Yang has so much support, and they see that Yang has like so much, I guess, like internet clout at this point. I think people are just fucking jealous, honestly. Like, I don't see it any other way, you know. Like, it's just stupid, but you know, yes, that. And as Yang says, they're like, okay, let's put an extra $1,000 into the billionaire's hands and just remind them that they're still a human. Remind them that, okay, listen, you're still going to get this money because you are a citizen in America, okay? Like, that is the whole point. Man, I just see this comment every, like, and that's, oh my God, I see this every time I go on I just see this all the time, really. And I will engage with people most of the time, but this person, I just can't. I'm just too tired. I'm just too fucking tired, especially when you use caps, like using all caps and shit. I just can't deal with that. But he didn't use all caps for like all of the comment section, just like for a lot of it. I still don't like that either. I like don't use like all caps unless like it's really freaking necessary. But yeah, and another thing, like this whole calling Yang libertarian, just assuming that people, first of all, even know what the fuck that means. Second of all, they're going to just like, okay, Yang's libertarian. Okay, that's it. We can't support him anymore. He's gone. He's goner. That's it. It's like, you guys are, that is like an actual tactic that people are trying to use. The whole libertarian Trojan horse. And it's like, you guys wonder why we have Trump as our president. You guys actually, this is mainly on the left side at this point. You guys wonder why we have Trump as our president. And this is exactly why. This is exactly why Kamala Harris technically won the debates, even though she really didn't win the hearts of anybody, I don't think. I don't think anybody trusts her any more than they did before. She just gained followers because people just want to see how many zingers she can tweet. Yes, she did well in the context of the debate and the format of that, but guess what? It all came down to calling people out, name calling, and yes, Biden, it was nice to see Biden shrivel up into a corner and cry, but this is why we have Trump, because Americans, humans in general, but Americans love fucking drama. We eat that shit up. MSNBC knows it. That's why they had a debate set up in this freaking dog eat dog, like just yelling, screaming match where everybody can just, except for, Yang and Marianne Williamson, everybody can just jump in and say what the fuck they want to say and just go fucking crazy and not talk about actual problems that are affecting actual people. Of course they talked about some shit that it wasn't important, but they really didn't get to the core of the problem. They talked about issues, but they didn't really get to the core of the problem. Why are these things happening? And they wonder why we have Trump. People are just like, people figured that, okay, people figure that if we don't talk about the problems, then we might as well just have we might as well just eat up the drama. Then we might as well just like, okay, if we can't fix income inequality, let's say, then I guess we're gonna have to just settle for the entertainment factor in our lives, to settle for escapism, essentially. Let's have a president that is entertaining to us. Let's have a president that is really eccentric. And we'll say what he wants to say, because that's what I just feel like there's nothing else for me to do. That there's no other option. You're not giving me another option, but thankfully Yang is that other option. Yang is, first of all, he is entertaining, honestly. Like he's very nuanced, humor and like quirkiness, but he is that, okay, let me actually solve some goddamn problems. And it's like, people don't know, people legitimately, a lot of people are catching on to Yang, of course, but we're struggling with this other back end of our society, where they're still like coming from this mindset of scarcity. Just like, okay, it's too good to be true. We have no trust in anybody in the political system, which you probably are right about that. But guess what? Yang is not. He hasn't been in the game for like at all. He's an entrepreneur. This is like straight up new for him. The debates are straight up. That was his first real political debate, and he didn't fucking wear a tie, guys. Like, he didn't wear a tie because he's a fucking amazing fashionista diva, and was like, whatever, I'm not gonna wear a tie. Fuck these people that want me to like look a certain way and act a certain way. I'm gonna do me. And that's why we fucking love him, okay? Because he does him, right? And Kamala Harris, I feel like she's not really doing her. She's just doing what she knows that will get her the points. That will get her the claps, the applause. I don't feel in my heart that she really wanted to attack Biden, but I feel like maybe her advisors, maybe her political campaign team was like, listen, we have to get your polls up. You're going down in the polls. We have to do something, okay? Let's go. Let's use your best asset. You're a compelling speaker. You know, you are great at calling people out. You're a prosecutor. You know, like, we have to do what we gotta do. You know, let's call the bitches out. And it worked. But it's just for a short term. It's only for a short term. It won't win her the game in the long run. It really won't. And I'm going to also link this down in the description below, too. Steve, you know, Yang Gang, Yang Gangster, he made a perfect video about how Kamala Harris, like, something is not right about her. Like, something about her is off-putting and makes you just, like, not trust her. And he explains why. And I'm going to link that in the description below because I think it's really important for you guys to know why Kamala Harris is a problem. Not in like, oh, she's going to like potentially beat Yang. Like, no, she's not going to beat Yang at all. Like, she's honestly, she's no competition in that regard. But she is a problem. Like, she's like a manifestation of why Americans are in such distress and are so desperate just to cling on to freaking anything, which is why we have Trump. And why, you know, Kamala Harris may be a Republican in disguise, you know, which I think that's very interesting. That's a very interesting point to make. But is the thing still on? Yeah, it's still on. But yeah. Hope you guys can see me. I know, like, the lighting is not always the best. But yeah, I'm just like, you guys, I know it's hard. I know it's hard to believe that a person truly has thought this shit through and has come to the conclusion that their plan really will help as many people as possible. And I love how, like, we just ignore the fact that, like, the UBI will help so many people. Like, okay, it may be a disadvantage to people that are already making $1,300 a month in welfare programs, and they're living life. Well, may not live in life, but they're getting by, they're scraping by, and that other extra $1,000 will help them tremendously. I'm very sorry for that person. Okay, if we could do anything to help you out, listen, because a lot of people will have this $1,000 a month. We have a lot of disposable income to give to people like that. Like, you know, this is a very flexible system. And people forget that. You know, people forget that this is helping, you know, the female that is in the abusive or exploitive job or relationship. That is a thing that happens. Females, a lot of women are in relationships because they do not have the financial means to get out of it or what have you. Yang mentions, you know, mentioning, you know, the young gay teenager that is in a very conservative household, and if he tells his parents that he is gay, then he may get kicked out. Let's say he's 16 years old. Okay, well, if he gets kicked out, if that is the case, which is extremely unfortunate and that pisses me the fuck off, but let's say that happens, maybe he has a friend or two that are 18 order that is getting this dividend, that maybe, you know, they can help him out. Maybe he can look forward to the fact that, okay, when he's at least when he's 18, he'll have money to kind of depend on to maybe at least live on his own, maybe just with somebody, or, you know, at least he won't like starve to fucking death, you know. It's helping that person out. I mean, it's helping a lot of minorities. Like, a lot of Black people are in terrible situations. I live in transitioning, but I will live in really near Wilmington in Delaware. It's a fucking mess over there. You know, a lot of Black people are there. They're struggling, dude. You know, like, again, like, there's not a lot of like options for food there. There's not a lot of like farmers markets there. A lot of people do not eat well over there. Food is a really big issue why people cannot afford to eat good food, and it's just not accessible, and it's not around them. Imagine we had $1,000 a month for every person over the age of 18 circulating around communities. Like, that would encourage people to perhaps make a business in the city to serve healthy food to the community, instead of everybody's resorting to eating like McDonald's or just like your typical like gas station food, like ramen noodles. And and I love ramen noodles, child, don't get me started, but but like bologna and chips. I mean, I love bologna too, but you get what I'm saying, y'all. Like this, so transformational for entrepreneurs out there. Not only if you want to start a restaurant, but if you want to start anything, dude. Like the starving artist. We love saying that. Like, you're gonna be a starving artist. Like, you better watch out. You better get an actual job. You better have a plan B. It's like, fuck that goddamn plan B. I'm sorry for that, but fuck the goddamn plan B. I did one semester of community college at Del Tech, and I was like, I'm fucking done. I physically cannot do that. Whoa, hey, sorry guys. I ran out of storage on my phone. Had to delete some videos, but yes, I physically could not do college anymore, so I was like, whatever. I'm going to do my ASMR, invest my time into learning Korean, learning K-pop dances, just enjoying myself, enjoying my life. Doing vlogs, doing stuff on YouTube, drawing, whatever. That's what I want to spend my time doing. That's what really gave me fulfillment, okay? I mean, it just blows my mind how people cannot see that it will be so transformational. And it's not like Yang will just not do anything else his presidency. Like, it's just the freedom dividend and that's it. Like, no, like, he has plenty, he's plentiful in policies and how he's gonna help specific groups of people in their endeavors. Like, of course he's trying to help minorities, people of color, single moms, young people that don't know what they want to do with their lives specifically. Like, he's gonna help all these people, and he has specific policies to help people that need a little extra help, along with the freedom dividend as well, because he knows that, like, yes, it's not just about the money. It's a lot about the money. Money is a resource that we need to survive, but there are other things that we need to do to help specific groups of people, and he knows that. So he will. He said that, like, yes, like, in the when he gets questioned on like reparations and stuff, he's like, listen, the freedom dividend will help people of color. That's what you need to know. It will cover that. It will satisfy that like, okay, we know that Black people have been disenfranchised, for the longest time, and we know that slavery had such a negative effect on us, that there are still people that are struggling, because their ancestors really couldn't really adjust to modern American lifestyle. Obviously I could. My family, my ancestors could do it. Obviously I'm here. I'm in a fucking Hummer. In Newark, Delaware. But a lot of people are not in this position. So he said that, okay, the freedom dividend will help just get more resources in the hands of Black people, African Americans. I don't mind. I'll call myself Black. I don't really like African American, but I know it's a personal. Everybody's different. But when it comes to that, and he'll say that, yes, like, we will, like, he hasn't said anything specific or like what he'll do specifically for like Black people, but I'm sure he'll have like a policy or something, or he'll have like a lot of advisors advising him to like have some sort of a plan for Black people and how he could help them even further. Because I know Yang, like I don't know him, but like I know like he's not like just like talking out of his ass, being like, okay, like I want to get the black vote, So yeah, I'm gonna say that like, reparations is like, I understand like in spirit that like is necessary, but let's start by helping everybody out, and then we can focus on specific people. Because we do it, it doesn't work backwards. It doesn't work like, okay, let's help specific kind of people, and then that will make us all whole and united. That's not gonna work. It doesn't work like that. We have to start universally, and then work our way to the specifics. Okay, still on good. So that's what I'll say about that. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna let this go. I've been talking for a while about this whole ordeal. I'm tired now, but I will say that like later today, I'm pretty sure that me and Thomas, Thomas from Twitter, we're gonna be doing our live stream. Maybe around like 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Eastern Standard Time. For you Pacific Westerners, that'd be like 3 p.m. And for you Central Time, 5 p.m. Approximately, I believe. But yeah, I may do a live stream in my first like live stream on this channel. So I think I can do it. I have good internet at this new place. And I have OBS. I think I'll be able to do that. But yeah, we're gonna talk about like Yang at the debates. We're gonna talk about how the Democratic Party is like stupid and they want to lose. Like we're gonna talk about all that. And another thing, I'm going to also link in the description below this wonderful, wonderful, hilarious video of this Yang gangster talking about how wrong that MSNBC did Yang at the debates, and why Yang is so impactful, and why Yang's message resonates with so many average American working people, and why he's not for the corporate establishment. Like, he is for real people, okay? That it's not like people that are rich aren't real people, but people that are not playing into this like systematic, ridiculous, stupid game. People that are actually trying to make something out of themselves, not just play by the, oh, okay, let's go to college, let's go for a year degree, and let's get a desk job, and let's do that. Like, people that are working hard, people that are truckers, people that are in retail, people that are artists, anybody, okay? And the average people that we see walking, parents, mothers, fathers, anybody like that, Yang will cover you, okay? And I love this guy's energy. I forget his name, but I love this guy's energy. He's also like clearly Southern, and reminds me of like some family members that I have. So that also made me feel like, oh yeah, I love this. This is familiar to me. This is pretty amazing. That a black person and a male, it's so lovely seeing black people love Yang. It really is. I'm just like, man, that's what I'm talking about. Black people. I think we have like this. This is like, okay. I know I'll say this last thing. I'll go. But I think it's so wonderful that people see that, like, yes, us black people aren't just for black people. We like anybody else. There's some good and there's some bad. But essentially, we do want the betterment of society. We want to see people succeed. We want Yang to be our president because he's for uniting us all. And that's what we need. I just love that. And I think that like a lot of people don't understand or feel like Asians and blacks don't mix, but it's like, no, we mix pretty damn well. Like, I don't know if you guys know BTS, but like, if you know anything about them, that black people and Asian people, our cultures can mix in harmony quite well. That is no problem. Okay, so I just love that Yang is also representing, represents that unity. In the races and in the ages too. There's so many old people, so many young people that are for Yang. It's males, females, It's wonderful to see. All right, that's a good way to end this positive note, inspirational note, hopeful note. Guys, it's going to get interesting. It's going to get really freaking good. This debate, I mean, I'll just link so much in the description on like people that talk about this debate. Scott Garibay did a great video about it. What's his name? Fuck. Is it life? Oh, level one. Level one. He did a great video about Yang and the debates. Like, this could not have gone better. The fact that Yang didn't get a fair shake, didn't do quite as well as we thought he would do, actually turned out to be the best scenario. It's actually mind fucking that is the case, but this whole ordeal just showed us how much we really fucking need Yang, and how much he is such a threat to the establishment. Is bonkers. So yeah, guys, let's go. Hashtag let Yang speak. I may be in a protest this week, depending on how things are gonna roll. In New York, at the MSNBC like headquarters or whatever, or NBC headquarters. There may be a let Yang speak protest happening. If it's the case, if it's happening this week, I'll definitely be there, because I'll be at KCON this weekend as well, all weekend in New York City. So yeah, I so much stuff going on. I can't even tell you all the good things that are happening, but you'll find out. You'll know. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm out. Peace out, Girl Scout. I love you guys. And I hope you guys keep fighting and keep loving people and being the best Yang gangsters, Yang gangers, Yangsters that you can be. So many names for us. Keep doing you, okay? Appreciate you. 안녕. 사랑해요.